So yeah, thought I'd do another video on a topic that took a fascination with quite a bit now. Probably mirroring like my thoughts on the way society's gone, modern day culture, modern day people, modern day society, and how my life has gone. And I'm going to be talking about a group of people that live a way of life that I think they probably get it right, but I don't know if getting it right is the right word. Maybe a better word would be they do it better, but they get it better than us. But I guess like the way society's gone, the way this world's gone, the way this country's gone, the way Western society's gone, it's probably a fair argument to say that compared to that, they do get it fucking right, and it's probably just a much better way of living. And that's the Amish. I think mostly the Amish, they're based in America, like the Pennsylvania sort of area. I was kind of in contact with someone that's currently living in Pennsylvania a couple of years ago, but I don't really talk much about him and spoken about the Amish and all that and our thoughts on it, and we kind of agree where they live a way of life as a much simpler way, and that's just simply doing things the old-fashioned way, where they're basically living life off grid to a level where they get rid of modern day things, technology, modern day stuff. Like obviously, like, I think they probably source their own power, their own electricity. They grow their own food, grow their own fruit and veg, farming, like produce their own meat, like, and it's just a much better way of living, and it's more of like a communal way of living, where it's about community, where the heart of, I don't know if it's, you class it as a religion, like I think it's like, I think they're Christians really, but they're living in the old fashioned way, but I think like community is in the heart of the Amish, I think, really. And I've always just seen it as just a far better way of living, like they probably just get it right, to be honest. Like I think some people would think this is a bit of a weird video, a bit of a weird topic, but I think most people who are wired properly, people who think properly, should admit the world's gone to shit. We're not living in good times, and I think that's just simply because we've lost our way. Like, and I think like people like the Amish do things more simpler. They live in more simpler times, and that's just the way it should be, really. Like all like my thoughts of becoming an Amish, like I probably would do it if that opportunity comes about, but I don't know, I'd probably be a half-arsey sort of Amish, like, if you know what I mean, where I do, to be honest, I enjoy things like mostly YouTube mainly. Probably not as bothered about other things, but I quite like YouTube. That's probably my main source of entertainment, and I'd probably be very bored without it, to be honest. And other than that, like I probably appreciate a few other bullshit things like watching films and don't know, the fire stick sort of stuff, and eating junk food, like shitty food like KFC, Taco Bell, even though I'm probably not as bothered about that, like as long as I'm eating properly, like eating proper food where I'm getting my carbs and my protein, I'm not fussed, and as long as it tastes good, I'm not fussed. Where just eating proper food, and I think they seem to just do it properly. Like, I think farming, like, we should value our farmers and stuff. Like, obviously, living in Britain, that industry's being threatened by our current government, and that's probably one of the main reasons I hate this fucking government. Why I fucking hate Labour. Where I'd say if you can use cash more as more often as possible, and I'd go shop at your farm shops, go shop at your butchers, shop at your smaller local businesses like your small cafes, your small local butchers, farm shops, all those sort of places. I think they should be supported, and I guess that can tie into a similar way of living to the Amish. And I think we should probably, I won't say we need to fully go Amish and old school, but I'd say we should value more stuff, like be more like, I don't know, maybe half-arsey sort of Amish, where we can live a little bit modern but value our old traditional ways at the same time, like proper ways, like farming, old school local businesses, small businesses, butchers, bakeries, cafes, rather than all this money laundering shit that we get on the high street these days. We just need to go back to those sort of times, simpler ways. Pubs, small local pubs, because that's a dying breed, unfortunately. All the good stuff is dying, unfortunately, and we just need to bring that back. And I don't think there's really an Amish community in the UK or outside of America, but I think they come from like Northern Europe, really, those sort of people, like, I don't know, Sweden, and I don't know what the country is, but I think we've got similar sort of communities. Like, something I've just learned about is the Bruderhof community, which I'm gonna look into a bit more, but I don't really know. But they live similar values, and I don't know, I can see stuff like that. Like, there's beautiful parts of the UK, like going and visiting my grandma who lives around like southeast England, Cambridge sort of area, like driving up the motorway on, like, I don't know, when it's sunny. Some beautiful places, beautiful countryside where I can see that. I can probably see a lot of it in places like Somerset, Glastonbury sort of area, where I think they seem to live quite an old-fashioned, simpler way of living, and probably a better way of living, where I'd see that as proper England, I think. Where they have old-fashioned Western British values and all that. And going to like Tolkien's work, where he envisioned Middle Earth as a perfect England, the sort of England he wants to be, and I can see that being similar with the Shire and Middle Earth, with Hobbiton and all that sort of stuff. Like, I can see something very similar with that. That's the sort of stuff I value: old-fashioned England, old-fashioned ways. Something I've kind of been getting into a bit is English country folk music. Like, I don't think a lot of people really know that there's English country folk music, but I do quite like it, where it's quite relaxing, peaceful music, and it's like reminding people of people like me go back to old-fashioned sort of simpler ways, I guess, like doing things in more of a simple way. Like there's a musician that I've started listening to a little bit called just gonna try and find her. Just bear with me 1 minute. I think she's called Vashti Bunyan. Like I think she makes good, relaxing country folk music, and it just reminds me of this sort of stuff where we should value old-fashioned ways of doing things, and we should probably go back to that to a level anyway. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say in this video. Like, I don't know if there's anything I missed out. No, I think I've said everything I need to say. Well, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, if it's of any interest to you, like, I'd be interested to know. But yeah, catch you in another video. Goodbye.